Five Nation, one game, win and get in. Jaguars coming up Sunday. Josh Dobbs came in, played a really good game with only 8 days of prep. He's got the whole fan base spinning on his head saying, should we roll with Josh Dobbs and Malik Willis in the upcoming year and move on? Y'all know I'm a Tennessee Titan. Y'all know I'm a Madden player. And I'm about to show y'all using the Madden database on moves I would make if I was the GM. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get it. All right, this is the current roster as it sits. We already did a video on what got John Robinson fired. So let's just really play GM for a second. Let's first address the offensive line. Like, all right, Taylor Lewan, $14 million. I think he's due. I think his time in Tennessee is over. I think he's got a great future in media. Dennis Daly, we gave up a draft pick for him. No, he's out. Dylan Radins, drafted second round, 53rd pick. No, he's gone. Aaron Brewer, I think as a backup, maybe you keep him because he understands the offense, but he's definitely not gonna start. Definitely not gonna get. Ben Jones is a question mark because he's at the later stage of his career. What do you do? I feel like you have to re-sign Nate Davis. Looking at the guards on the market, and Petit, you just drafted him. He's played pretty good. He's had some bad games. I really think Corey Levin and LaRaven Clark, you look at them at the end of the season and see how well they play coming in. So definitely we want to go left tackle, left guard, upcoming draft or off season. That's a definite must. I feel like this middle to right side of the line has been okay this year. I feel like the left side has been the side that's held us up. Now Austin Hooper, I think he's due about $6 million. Chiga Okonkwo, rookie, I really think now he's tight end one. Jeff Swain, $3.5 million. Sorry, Jeff Williams out of here. Are we getting our money's worth out of Hooper? Because him and Swain combined is like $10 million. So, if this is me, I'm saying we look into the future. We looking to overhaul this team. Let's get into the wide receiver core. I feel like it's probably the worst in football. Traylon Burks, we drafted him. I feel like he's a dog. You seen the toe tap down the sideline. You seen the catch in the Eagles game. Just unfortunately got the helmet to helmet. I want to say he's probably around 15 to 20 yards per reception when healthy on the season. Now here's the other question marks. Robert Woods, late in his career, I feel like he's lost a step. Nick Westbrook I feel like is a good backup player, a good role player, but definitely not a starting wide receiver in my eyes. Chris Conley, done. Racey McMath had a big catch from Josh Dobbs. Big receiver, fast receiver, just haven't been able to stay healthy. I feel like he's a guy that maybe we move him to practice squad and see what we can do. Dontrell Hilliard really was a good receiving back when healthy. But Hassan Haskins, I feel like can do as a rookie. I feel like, let's move to the future. If Hilliard, comes back healthy and this guy's on, I feel like he's maybe a practice squad, comes back to maybe be a depth guy for us. Ryan Tannehill, I'm one of the people that's a Tennessee Titan fan who do not feel like Tannehill is the issue. I feel like Tannehill has been a consistent part of our team. Now, did he sell against the Bengals? Yes. But if you look at number one seed in the AFC without Julio, without AJ, without Derrick Henry being healthy most of the season, really just was that one bad game in the playoffs. I mean, when healthy, he's our best option. But you got to start looking at long term and the money we're spending there. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. Let's do this. Malik Willis, who I feel like a lot of fans have, second guess. Malik Willis, I think with Todd Downing not knowing how to use him, putting him in a RPO type of scheme, getting him out on the edge, moving the pocket, sprint right option, things that people do when they have a mobile quarterback or a quarterback that could turn it loose, maybe more shots downfield like you've seen with Josh Dobbs. Maybe he hasn't had time to absorb the playbook and really get up to the NFL speed, but I'm still high on Willis. I feel like in the Chiefs game, he stepped up. He made throws. He had the offense moving about as well as it could move in a short period of time. I think for the future, I would go Josh Dobbs, Malik Willis, and I'd move Tannehill if I can get some. We already had X'd out Torrey Carter. I feel like maybe you move him back onto a practice squad as fullback, at least just to have one on the roster. And you look at that offense and say, like, you go Willis Dobbs, Derrick Henry and Haskins, Traylon Burke, Westbrook, and pretty much everybody else outside of Chig and the 3 offensive linemen that we got. And I don't know, like, it's getting late in his career. Does Ben Jones, if Corey Levin plays good down the stretch and Ben Jones, getting to that point, kind of how we had with Roger Stafford, just getting to that, hey, it may be time to do this. It may be time to do that. But the most important thing next upcoming offseason is that left side of that line and getting people at the skill position. Now, does Kyle Phillips come back next year after muffing all those punts and being hurt most of the season? I said it at the beginning of last year. If you watch the videos, Kadarius Toney was $1.6 million. We could have gave up any one of them draft picks that didn't work out to have a certified slot receiver. And you see what he's doing with the Chiefs, and a guy that could play in the special teams game as well. He would have been a perfect fit to be a slot that could run speed sweeps and bubble screens and things. Something I feel like is missing out of our offense. Then we're going to look at the defense, which I feel like is the heart and soul of our team. I feel like, if you ask me, I feel like Big Jeff, if he doesn't get re-signed as a Tennessee Titan, I'm going to have real issues with this franchise as a fan. Kevin Byard, all-time interception leader for the Tennessee Titans. I feel like those are the 2 pieces. I could move anything and everything else, but them 2 guys ain't going nowhere. Now, this might come as a shock to some people, but, looking at me, I feel like the safeties are fine. We paid Armani Hooker. Bayard's under contract. Josh Kalu has played pretty good in that backup role, and Andrew Adams, who got hurt. But, I look at those guys and say, man, we don't have a problem at safety, right? But here's the issue with the money on this team. Bud Dupree and Harold Landry is eating up a lot of money. Now, if this was me, Bud Dupree, Harold Landry, I'd move them. If we can work a deal to get Danico Autry, I think he's due like 9-10 million. That's what he would hit us for. I would find a way to work a deal with him and get Big Jeff back under contract. Mario Edwards has played good. DeMarcus Walker has played good. Tierra Tart with the fumble recovery has played good. Strong. I don't feel like our front 4 has been the issue this year. I feel like they've played very, very well. I feel like when you got a Rashad Weaver, you can move him up a draft pick. Monty Rice, I feel like Zach Cunningham is due like 11 million. I feel like we can do this. We can find more depth here. I feel like this is the situation that we're in. We could find young edge rushers. We could go into free agency and get edge rushers. We got to get value in those situations. Now, Christian Fulton is up for contract. I feel like Caleb Farley is no way we're giving him 11 million next year. He's gone. I feel like Roger McCreary has played very well as a 2nd round pick. He's been pretty much on the field and healthy all year, and he's competed. Christian Fulton, when healthy, is our cornerback 1, but he has suffered a lot of injuries. I don't know if it's from our lack of depth or what, but if it was my opinion, I'd work out a good deal with Christian Fulton. We lost Adoree. We've never been able really to keep our cornerbacks. Buster Screen retired. Jack Rabbit, injuries pretty much retired. Malcolm Butler left, retired. Logan Ryan. When we lost all those corners, we've never been able to get solid here. Elijah Molden is not due that much money. He's been hurt all season, but Greg Maben, I don't think, like that's the depth we want. I feel like we need to go out and get a cornerback 1. We need to let Fulton play the 2. We got McCreary and Molden, and then find other depth. I feel like Trey Avery has played good. He doesn't have a card, but I feel like he's played pretty good. Terrence Mitchell played a lot, but I feel like he got abused. Like, we really got to invest in these situations. But Big Jeff is first. David Long, I feel like we have to pay him this offseason. I wouldn't overpay for David Long, but he is due. He's played really well at that middle backer position. And Monty Rice has been back healthy and is very hard hitting. I kind of like, trying to get value and depth as some edge rusher and linebacker, and really just finding a way to get more out of this cornerback positions. So It's a lot of money freed up in those spaces that I just showed. But priority is definitely Big Jeff. Big Jeff has to remain a Titan. I feel like all of this suffers if you don't have Jeffrey Simmons on that line, which I feel like when Aaron Donald steps away, Big Jeff will be the best interior lineman of all the football. That's my opinion. But y'all tell me what y'all think y'all would do, what positions you would go first if we're talking draft or free agency. I really feel like the team as a whole, we have to bolster that cornerback position. We have to sign Big Jeff. We have to get edge rushers. I just think as much as I love Harold Landry and Bud Dupree, you can't spend $30-40 million at edge. And, these guys are always hurt. Y'all let me know what y'all think, what y'all would do, what y'all agree with, what y'all disagree down in the comments. Tighten up, win and get in, beat Jacksonville. That's 3 straight years AFC South champion. I don't feel like it's much value in tanking this game for a couple of draft picks. We haven't been able to pick well as is. That's what got John Robinson out. I wouldn't want the job of the new GM coming in because, a lot is going to ride on this first offseason on how he's able to get this roster up to date for one of the best coaches in the NFL.